Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kagan, and this is my nearly ultimate WebSocket guide for VTuber Plus. This is part 6. We're getting into more complicated things. We have one more toggle to talk about, and that is called the mesh toggle. So the mesh WebSocket command is for showing and hiding meshes that are on your avatar. Say you had, like my glasses here, or say you had a chef hat that you had as a redeem, and poof, I've got a chef hat on now. Except I'm not a rat, I'm a mouse. But I'm still a rodent, so I don't want to get in trouble for having the chef hat. So we'll just get rid of it. But the mesh command, the mesh WebSocket command is for showing and hiding different meshes on your avatar. You can see the list of your meshes on your avatar by going to the avatar settings on the lower right of VTuber Plus. You click it, and you've got your lovely little avatar settings menu. You got all the little things you can change on your avatar, including the throw and the hit rings and everything. But in the center, you have a drop down that lists all your meshes that it can access, and then a button to toggle them. So you can see body selected there. That is the first mesh on my list, and if I hit toggled, my body would vanish. I'm pretty sure my my tail and all my other little things would still be there, just not my body itself. So I'd just be a floating pair of glasses, industrial earrings. I think the hair is separate. My collar. So yeah. Anyways, but if you want to see all your meshes, you click that drop down, and bam, there's a small amount of my meshes. I have a bunch more. I didn't feel like showing all of them. We start with the body, my Hinata hair, which is the name of my the hairstyle here. And, the pants, sweatshirt is its own mesh, and then we have my industrials, which I added myself, so they're just separate, sphere and cylinders. And then we get down to the interesting stuff, like my glasses are all one mesh. And then we have my chef hat, which is actually in two meshes, the cube and the hat cube. So your accessories, the things you might want to show or hide on your avatar, may be split up into different items in the mesh list, in this list here. So if you wanted to hide, say, I have a Vive down here in like 8 pieces. If I wanted to completely show or completely hide it, I'd have to run a mesh command for each index item that is that Vive, for example. So basically, the mesh command needs the index number for the item you want to toggle. So as example, my mesh list here. Here it is numbered out. Important thing to note, in most programming languages, lists of items, arrays, indexes, which is what this is, they always start at 0 instead of 1. So show here, my body is the first item in the list, so it starts at 0. Then you start counting downward. So body is 0, my Hinata hair is 1, my pants are 2, and then we get to my chef hat at 11 and 12. So I'd have to run a mesh 11 and a mesh 12 command to show or hide that accessory, for example. So keep that in mind. One other thing to keep in mind is if you're an avatar maker or you have access to your avatar files so you can export and add stuff yourself. In Unity, there's 2 things. You can disable meshes, or you can disable components on your mesh. If you do that, they will not show up in that menu at all. They don't export, at least for VRM files, I believe. So any disabled items will not show up on that list. As I said, it's for I know that for VRM files, I have not messed with VSF files very much, so it could be different. But I believe they don't export if they're just outright disabled. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, but yeah. Good thing to note, because you can see I have like 2 copies of the chef hat, 2 copies of the Vive. The other stuff there, like the wolf mask, does not show up in that list at all. So make sure they're enabled. And then when you import the avatar to VTuber Plus, just go through and disable the ones you don't want showing automatically when you pop up. Now we'll get to the actual command. Boop. So the command itself is pretty simple. It's got one parameter. So VTP underscore mesh colon, and then the mesh index. We already looked through the mesh index on the previous parts of this video. So for me, if I wanted to show the hat, I would run a VTP underscore mesh colon 11 command, and then a VTP underscore mesh colon 12. And that would, running both of them would show the hat. Running them both again would hide the hat. But yeah, so somewhat of a complex command because you need to understand how indexes work within VTuber Plus. All right, so that was mesh toggles and your introduction to how indexes work. The next commands we're going to go through are going to have more indexes and be a little more complex in how they work. But I will also explain some tricks on how to keep your indexes organized, because if you what happens if you add more meshes to your avatar, it can change the order things are in. So the same thing with the other indexes coming up. So I'll explain some tricks on how that works, on how I keep all my indexes organized, except for my avatar mesh. I don't really have any show or hide redeems for my mesh right now, for my avatar currently. But anyways, yep. Thank you for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.